You're listening to the Long Game Podcast. I'm your host, Sandra Scaiano. So I have really been talking up doing video this summer. I am here with a quick update that I have started on my own video projects now. Something I've been working towards. Step one for me is always wrapping my mind around it, right? Like psyching yourself up. So with this video effort, I want to be very calculated, less by the seat of my pants. To back up, I've been wanting to start video this summer and repurpose some of the content that I have into video. So as my good friend and go-to video gal, Holly G, always says, you got to have a strategy for video. So I have been taking that time. I have been working on strategy first, as well as my content plan, writing out my purpose, being thoughtful about my topics so that I can take viewers on a journey with me through video. And I love the idea of batching out content. So I'm actually planning that and writing things so that I can batch out. When I do this, I find for me that I'm able to create better. And sometimes it's create it all, because the ideas are planned out. That's something I've really learned about myself through this process of this podcast. And listen, I know that video is a scary platform for so many of us. There's something that we hold ourselves back from when it comes to video. There's that content piece. What am I going to talk about? There's the tech piece. Like, how am I going to shoot this and make this all work? And there's the ego piece. Do I look okay? Do I sound okay? All those self feelings come rushing to the surface with video. And really, there's just a hump you have to get over when it comes to video. The more consistently you use video as a tool in your business, the easier it becomes, just like everything else, right? Create a habit of it. So today, we've got an easy way to start with video with Holly G's Social Summer Party. And after we recorded this, I started doing these 5 videos that get you to be doing social and be more social on social. It's all about relationships, and using video is a great way to connect and build these relationships. Holly takes us through a progression of videos that you can make to help you get comfortable with video. And since recording this, I've already done 3 of the videos and I'm working on number 4. So I promise to report back. And I love these fun ways to get started. Like, this is a fun, easy way to get started. Turn something scary into something fun, easy, a challenge. It gets you going. And within these 5 videos we talk about today, there are so many insights and ideas that can energize you or help to inspire you and see how you can use all of this in your work. So join us for Holly G's Social Summer Party. You're listening to the Long Game Podcast with Sandra Scaiano. In a world where everyone is doing, it's easy to get lost in a sea of comparison, secret tricks, and promises of overnight success. The long game is my approach to business, the actual day in and day out philosophy that you have to show up, you have to do the work, and there's no quick fixes for long-term success. I'm a web designer, digital strategist, and energetic thinker, and I'm here to share the process and lessons I experience with my clients daily who are going through the same struggles of building a business as you are. We'll hear from successful entrepreneurs sharing their long game strategies, and I'm fun, so we're going to have a little fun along the way too. Thanks for being here. Let's get to today's episode. Welcome back to the Long Game Podcast with Sandra Scaiano. I am joined today. This is my first return guest. I'm so excited to have Holly Gillen, your go-to video gal, here with us again, because I have been talking to you guys about how video, I'm ready for myself to embark on it. And Holly and I had a conversation. We are business friends and friends as well. And I was saying, I'm ready this summer, and I think it's a really good summer project. So we decided to have Holly back on to talk about the Social Summer Party, getting social on social, how to use video to be social. We're going to talk today about 5 videos that you should be creating to different people to be social. And, this, like I said, was sparked from my own. I'm using this as a little motivation for myself to get myself making some videos and repurposing some things and getting going. So Holly, welcome. So glad to have you here again.
Thank you for having me back on, Sandra. And I am so excited to see you blossom on your video journey here over the summer.
I know. We were just talking to like reels. They're not going anywhere. That's the latest news. So get used to it, people. Get over it. But that's what I love this topic. We were talking about recently, Holly and I, about how to kind of get over that hump. And when we were talking about this social summer party, Holly has this method of you build on the videos that you create. So like by the time you're making your fifth video, which might, if it was video number one, you might be like, oh, how am I going to do that? But you're already a few videos in at that point. So I'm really excited to I know everybody feels the same way I do about this. I'm just going to say that because I talk to my clients every day who are like, I know I should be doing more video, but so we all kind of have that little hump to get over. So let's hop in, like in the social summer party. What are these videos we should be making?
Sure. So basically, the reason why I kind of came up with this idea about this social summer party is because of that reason. Like everybody has this like fear of like being visible on camera for the whole world, right? I'm using air quotes, the whole world to
totally.
see you. It's uncomfortable to put yourself in a position where, you're being visible and potentially vulnerable. And, there's a lot of fears that kind of stir up. So a great way, and you face to camera videos for YouTube or Facebook, that's not necessarily the end all be all for everybody. That's not the only way that you can use video in your business. There's a bazillion different ways that you can use video in your business, and you don't always have to be you face to camera. There's different things that you can do with video, incorporating video into your business without it being you talking on camera. If that's not something you're comfortable with, if you're not comfortable with that, I can totally help you with that too. But
right.
and if you are comfortable with that, that's great. But the social summer party was something that I kind of came up with just to kind of give people an alternative to that like YouTube face to camera video and dip their toe in. So it is, it's just like a fun way to dip your toe in. And basically it's the social summer party because you're using social to get social on social and you're using video. So basically you're creating video messages that you send through either Facebook Messenger, Twitter DMs, or Instagram DMs, where you have the ability to use video in your message.
So cool.
Yeah. I mean, these platforms.
Right, that kind of takes the whole, like, what do I use? What software? Blah, blah, blah.
You don't even need, exactly. You just need your phone and whatever platform of your choice. So and I think you can, I don't want to say something that I don't know for sure, but you might be able to also do this on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's not really my thing. So if I'm wrong, I take that back. But you definitely can do it on the other platforms I've already mentioned. And I specifically love doing this on Instagram. I do it with video and I also send a lot of audio messages on Instagram, Instagram DMs. I think it's super fun for a way to send a message to somebody that is a little bit different and unique. And then people have the opportunity with video to see me and hear my voice and the inflection in the tone and hear my smile and my words, where it sometimes might get lost in just text messages.
So let me ask you about that. Do those videos, once they're watched, do they stay in the DM feed
you or have the option? I think you're given a couple of different options of, whether or not you want it to be reviewed or not.
Because like I know on Facebook, if you send an audio or something like that, you listen to it and then it disappears unless you keep it, kind of thing. So
Instagram gives you the same similar options.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's good to know. Because like sometimes you're like, I said it, I did that thing. I need to repeat it, and boom, it's gone.
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, if you want, you can probably download your video too from there. But I like to use like a loose script. And you can jot it down. So if you're making like the same kind of message, you're not making everybody the same message, but if you're making a similar message, then you kind of have an outline and then you can customize it for each individual person. This is about, being social on social. So creating an opportunity for you to be on video and send video messages to people to connect, because it's all about creating connections. I talk about this thing called the vidoeos factor. And it's about using video for things like connecting, community, conversations, conversion, content. There's a lot of CO words, and that's why I use the term it's vid.co, the vidoeos factor. And video is such a powerful tool for all of those things, to create community, to create connection, to start a conversation. And again, they all kind of tie back into this concept, which was the idea behind the social summer party. There's something you can do. I call it the summer party just because I made it in the summer, but you can do it all year round.
Yeah, totally. And it's summer, so it's a good time now for us to be motivating to do that. What we're going to go through these different 5 videos. What I like about them too is that it's a no pressure thing. You start out like the first one is making a video to a biz buddy.
Yep.
So like that is low pressure.
Exactly. So basically the idea with your biz buddy video is just to start a conversation, communicate, create a connection. You can ask a question, or you can just say, "Hey girl, I'm just checking in, seeing how you're doing. We haven't chatted in a while." You can make it whatever you want. There's absolutely no pressure. There's no, I would just say keep it under a minute or less. And I think that there's a window on some of the platform. I don't know what they all are offhand, but a time limit for your video messages. Short, sweet. Hey, just checking in. Wanted to say hi. Genuine, authentic connection.
And this one's such an easy one that you will. I mean, for me, I think about, I'm going to do this to like 5 people.
Yeah. And exactly. This doesn't only have to be to one person, and this doesn't only have to be the only time you do this. This could be something you incorporate into your business strategy, because it's a great way to use that VidCo factor to use video, create the connections, start the conversations, and create conversions as well as we move down the list. You'll see.
Awesome. So second one is the past client check-in video.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
Be a past client or a current client. You can reach out to this client, whether they're current or a past client. You can just say hello. You can check in. You can report an update on your end, like if your services have changed or you have a new offer or whatever the case may be, or maybe you have a special bonus call that you want to share with them. You can make this whatever you want it to be. The idea is I'm giving you the blank piece of paper that says clients on the top of it, and you get to draw whatever picture you want. So however you want to check in with your client, say hello to your client. The idea is that you're creating the video in 1 minute or less using this cofactor, and you can do it on any social platform.
I love this idea. You just sparked an idea for me to even like give an update instead of an email. Like I'll send, hey, I did this, and that, and we're ready for the next piece. Like I have a client who's doing an update, and I think I'm going to send her a video now. And,
fantastic. Exactly.
Look at that. Like I didn't even really think of that before. It's so simple,
but
I didn't think of that.
It's such a great way to create, keep that line of communication open, especially if it's past clients, and you want to continue that conversation so that they know that you're also there when they need you again. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with, different contractors, and then I never heard from them again. And I was like, who's that person? And I got to try to figure out the name of the person because it's been years since I've talked to them or whatever. Right. It would have been great if they stayed in touch.
Yeah. Hashtag biz goals for us all to
as I'm saying that, I'm
continually stay in touch. No, but it is really something to think about and work in. This summer too, I'm really looking at all of my systems and kind of thinking about my own business. And it's a really good piece to put into those check-in times of even quarterly, you should be checking in with people, or twice a year. Hey, just sending this to you. I think it's interesting because we do this around the holidays, right? We're all Christmas cards or holiday cards and New Year's cards, things like that. So it's sort of that same idea of just the check-in. That's really great. I'm going to incorporate some of that myself. Okay, so number 3, the third video that we're talking about here is a prospect or someone who you want to get to know a little bit, or from someone else.
Absolutely. So this could be a hot, cold, or warm lead. This could be somebody who might know somebody because that could also tie into it. So somebody who might know somebody who could be your, a prospect for you. So you're building relationships as well. And the idea again is you can reach out, you can offer your expertise, you can share a freebie, you can talk about a service or product that that can help them. You can invite them to a personal chat. Sky's the limit. Again, here with this, you can get as creative as you want and share whatever it is that makes sense for you, right? It's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but whatever it is that makes sense for you.
I like that idea too of the value base, the share, hey, I saw you from this person, or I know you from that, make that connection.
Yes.
So it isn't just completely random kind of thing, because that just helps move it along a little quicker.
Absolutely.
And I thought this would be cool for you type of thing. when you're going for someone you don't know, like it's great to make that connection that, hey, I saw you on this, I saw you comment on our mutual friend or something like that. Something that makes that connection. So, we've all had the random MLM people who reach out. And I think like that's one of the biggest disconnects there is that they are just spamming people's inboxes. So
it's
to
literally
make
coming from left field. You're like, ugh, I just got
right.
hit with a fly ball from a spammy marketer. Oh my gosh.
So to make that personal connection, like, hey, we're friends with the same person. Like to me, that instantly says like, oh, awesome. Like I'm going to listen to you just because we have someone in common.
Exactly. I could be like, hey, you know what? I was just talking to Sandra and she mentioned that you were interested in learning more about video. I'm here. I have tons of free resources. I would be happy to send over anything that you're looking for or answer any of your questions. Feel free to message me back.
Awesome. Super simple. And that was what? 9 seconds?
Literally. 6 seconds of my time. I think that's a great use of your time to be able to do something like this. If you're not doing it daily, to be incorporating it in weekly, monthly, or quarterly for sure.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. And that's also you can keep that list, like who you want to reach out to and be organized like that. So you can kind of work through your people. I also think this could be cool for furthering the relationship on your own list. I know some people personally on my email list, but I don't know everybody. So if you even said like, hey, I'm going to start going down my email list and making 10-second videos saying hi to people for no other reason than that.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm rolling here. I come up with the good ideas. I don't have the time for them, but this is 9 seconds. So we're talking seconds here, which is pretty crazy. Let's just even talk about that for a second. The amount of impact in that short amount of time.
A video is one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal as an online entrepreneur to create those connections, build your community, open the door to have these conversations and start to build and cultivate relationships, whether they're new or existing.
Yeah. And I think really the hang up ends up becoming, besides once we get past like, I hate the way I sound or I don't look right, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But like, it's just like everything else. It becomes a habit. What you're doing becomes a habit. And so something like this process helps you do it one after the other.
Exactly. I'm just providing you the framework and then you can take it and run with it and you can make it your own. You can incorporate it into your marketing strategy, or you could just do it the one time and see how it works.
Fun. All right. Number 4 on how to get social or videos you should be making to get social on social is an influencer. Reach out to someone you admire.
Absolutely. So this could be somebody that, you've wanted to connect with for some time. It could be somebody that you saw speak or somebody that you've just been watching from afar. It could be the podcast host of a podcast you listen to. Maybe you want to connect with Sandra and reach out to her and send her a special video message.
Oh, I would love that. If you guys send me messages, I would love that. Send me video messages.
Where would you like people to send messages to you? On which social platform?
Oh, Instagram. You can DM me on Instagram. I'm at Sandra Sky, SCAI in the end. I would love to get your messages. So please.
Awesome. So, you could reach out to them and just share with them, like, what if they've made an impact on your business, if there was a specific talk, article, blog post, video that you found helpful or insightful or affected you in some way positively. You want to, share your support or be helpful, share something of theirs and, send them a message. It's all about being human, and humans can appreciate a genuine gesture. So just be human, use that cofactor, keep the video a minute or less, and choose whatever social platform is comfortable for you.
Ooh, and that gives me an idea too, because I have been following someone who, to me, is an influencer. She has a bigger following and she's an artist, and I want to have her on my podcast. So I think in this, I'm going to send her a 1-minute video. And that, I love that you keep saying that, like keep it under 1 minute, because I don't need to ramble to her, but I want to introduce myself and I want to have her on. And I'm going to send her a video, intro to me and what's going on here.
I just got the chills. I feel like that's such a great idea. So just for example, like as a podcaster, if there's somebody, an influencer that you're looking to reach out to, what better way than to send them a quick, short, genuine, heartfelt message on a social platform saying, hey, This is why I would love to have you on my podcast. It's what my podcast is all about. I think that you would be a great guest for my audience and they would just love you and fill in the blank, all the good stuff.
Totally. And since it's someone that I don't know, that social is like an attainable, available way to connect as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. I love getting awesome like DMs, especially if it's a video DM. Please feel free to send me video DMs as well. I'm at Holly G Studios on Insta. I mean, there's nothing more thrilling to me than that, and nothing more flattering.
Cool.
Really. I mean, you're taking the time to make a video message for me. How amazing!
Seriously, that is really cool when you look at it like that.
Absolutely,
it's a little bit more timely. All right, so the fifth video that you're suggesting in this summer, the social summer party, is to someone new.
Yes. This is somebody new. So it could be somebody like new to you or somebody like you've seen a few times, but you've never really had a conversation, right? So it could be you've never been formally introduced or somebody completely fresh and brand new. Like I just discovered this woman on Instagram last night and I totally want to send her a message because I think that she's awesome and I love what she's doing and I'm so inspired by her. And this doesn't necessarily need to be somebody who's got a huge influencers. It could be just anybody. It could be a friend of a friend on social, somebody you just see and you just want to reach out. Again, you're just maybe reaching out saying hi, introduce yourself, share something helpful, pass on a compliment, just, keep it real. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all humans and we can appreciate a genuine gesture.
Right. And this is also going back to what we were talking about earlier with it's building up to, you're starting in your familiar area with your biz bestie. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can pretty much say anything and send a video to Holly and it's all good. It's all good. But, and then your clients, the second one is clients, them, you've worked with them or you're currently working with them. Right. So it's people you have a relationship with and all the way to video 5, where it is someone new, or video 4, the influencer that you might think, ooh, that'd be scary to start with, but building up over time to this.
Keep in mind also, at the end of the day, we're all rooting for each other, right? If somebody gets a message from you, they're going to be flattered by that.
Do people respond with videos?
Depends. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you have like a video conversation.
Video. Right? I mean, granted, if I was in the time and place like that, I could respond with a video. I absolutely would. Otherwise, I might respond with an audio message because I think that is also very powerful. And also sometimes like, you might have a lot to say, and it's just like you don't want to write a whole book in the DM.
My gosh. Totally. That's why I use audio a lot, just because it's easier to get the message across.
Sure. And if you're talking about maybe something that has a lot of layers or is maybe a little complex, so maybe you're following up with a client and you're like, okay, you remember that when we did the thing, and like that might be hard to, like write up in a text message.
Mm-hmm.
So
Totally.
you can, totally use video or audio for that. I recommend video.
Of course. Yeah, I love this. And I want to talk to you about like, what's the time frame that you're recommending with the social summer party? Like, is this 5 days? Do we repeat this a few times? Like, how does that work in your world?
Again, you can make up your own rules, but the way that I have it structured, like if you joined my live social summer party, it's live 5 days. Day 1, we're reaching out to Biz Buddy. Day 2, client. Day 3, day 4, day 5. And then we have like a wrap up party on day 6.
Oh,
it's meant to be fun and easy. This is meant to make video fun and easy for you. This is not like over complicated, super complex. Like just imagine me with like those like numbers and like graphs floating above my head, like trying to figure out like, what I have to make a video. That's not what this is. This is supposed to be simple, easy, fun, and doable so that you're able to just do it and then gain that confidence through the experience of just doing these like short little tiny wins every day.
Oh, that's awesome. And I think we should all like write about this. We'll put up an Instagram post and we should all like chime in that we accomplished this or not, because it should be like, I want to report back. Like, I'm going to let you know that I'm getting this person on my podcast and I'm going to send her a video. So, I think that like, see what comes out of these videos as well.
I have some tips I would like to share as well. Just like 7 different things.
Please.
My cofactor tips. Be genuine. So if you have a genuine interest in a person with whom you're trying to connect, that will just automatically just shine through. The second thing is be helpful. I mean, even the biggest and most powerful people in the world have something that they'd like help with. So too many people never reach out due to fear. And you may have something that they're looking for. So don't be afraid to make that connection, and don't be afraid to just be helpful, to be, share value, just be genuine, be helpful, share value, pay attention. It's nearly impossible to genuinely
Oh,
offer
I
help if you
love
don't pay
that.
attention.
Yeah.
Look for common connections. So when you go through and you can see like, oh, this person knows that person, or like, have a fun example. Someone recently wanted to meet a best-selling author, and it turned out that they had the same personal trainer, right? So just
Awesome.
keep that in mind. Be consistent. So your efforts may not yield all of the results that you've desired on the first try, but the key is consistency. If this is something, you put into your repertoire, you do once a month, you use, or once a week, whatever is going to work for you without it feeling stressful or overwhelming, fit it in. You're going to be able to make real friends. Think about how you've made friends. Like I have so many different friends from the online world, and we've met in so many different ways. So, don't rule that out as a way to, create those real friends and connections. Like people want to be connected to other people.
Connected. And that's what I was just going to say. It's about
that.
connection, right? So us being able to chat, rely on each other for support, different pieces like
Absolutely.
that.
And don't, be real. Like I mentioned that already, but be real, create real connections. Like if you have something that can help somebody, share it, just don't overthink it. And then the last thing is remain unforgettable. Above all else, keep it simple. Send a birthday message, be genuinely helpful. You'd be surprised the simplest things that actually never get done by anybody. So being memorable is not hard. It's not as hard as you think.
Well, being memorable is just about doing it, right? We remember this type of gesture.
Yeah.
People aren't doing it all the time. So
exactly. Be ahead of the curve on this. And if you're feeling uncomfortable with video, I could definitely help you with that too. So but
yeah,
this is a fun and easy, like low barrier way to get started with video.
And tell us a little bit about what you have coming up for the rest of the summer. If someone got started with this type of thing, what are some things that they could parlay into next or check you out further with?
Sure. So if you're feeling like you want to continue to build up your video muscles, or you're looking for a little bit more experience on your video journey, I have the From Start to Star Experience in Video Confidence, which is a live 15-day intensive program where we make videos every single day for 15 days. And the transformations are just like beyond. People have told me the program is life-changing. I've had so many different people come through the other side and just say stuff like, this not only made me more confident on video, but got me clearer on my video messages, and also more confident in life. Like I don't feel like an extra thumb at a party anymore. Like I feel like I can have conversations with people. I feel more confident in the way that I speak, and just in general, just also clarify their business, because they're getting to look at it in different ways when you have to sit down.
Well, it forces you to look at it and write about your branding and all of that, and understand where you're coming from.
In a fun, like low pressure kind of way. Like everybody's in their own lane. So I've had people who've gone through multiple times, and each time they come through the experience, they're experiencing something different. So maybe the first time they were just working on being comfortable in front of the camera and getting over their fears and their nerves. Because a lot of it's like a lot of mindset, and it's sometimes difficult to do that on your own. So I offer a safe space where you get the guidance from me and the support from myself and the community as well, because everybody's going through the same thing at the same time. So you create this bond with all of the other members. And there's so many amazing people who come through this program. I've had hundreds of people come through the program, and the transformations have been the best thing. And that's why I continue to run it, because it's like so amazing for me to just watch. Like, it's like watching roses bloom, where people come in, they're like, oh, I don't know if I can make video. And then like by the day 15, they're like, oh, I love it. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. So sometimes people come through just to get comfortable in front of the camera. Sometimes people are coming through with a little bit more confidence in front of the camera, but still wanting to work on that. But also now adding things like editing. So they're getting support on that, or shooting in different locations, or using different equipment and getting support with that.
Oh, that's really interesting. Like any little additive that you have in your journey, you can have this test space to run through.
And that's exactly what it is. So you get the opportunity to test and get feedback and critique. I don't initially offer constructive critique, but if you want it, I will give it to you and it will only benefit you. But sometimes, I like to ease people on in because in the beginning, you need more support than you do critique.
Right, right.
And then as you start getting more comfortable, then you need more critique. Then you need the support and the critique. Like, okay, great. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Like, so how do I make this better?
Right, definitely. And that you need a live audience for that.
This is not something you can
support and
do,
critique.
on your own. And that's my joy is to guide you through your journey and support you along the way. And then at the conclusion of that, if you want to continue to work with me, I have a year-long mentorship/mastermind where we work together for a year and we continue building up all of the foundations that you need to create really amazing video for your business. We go more in depth on strategy, planning, tech, and all of the different ways, tools, resources. I go through different checklists. Like it's super fun. We do at least 6 live calls a month, if not more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You get one-on-one time with me once a month to go over just specifically your video strategy and content strategy and things like that. It's grown more into, it's a video-based mentorship, but there's a lot of business discussion in there. I've been doing this for a long time and I have a lot to add to how you can do things run things in your online business and how to incorporate video into that. So it's a lot of that as well.
And that's good for any industry, right?
Absolutely.
Like anybody who wants to use video.
Absolutely. Anybody who wants to use video, specifically people who are running an online business. And I usually work mostly with ladies. So it's ladies who are already established in their business, ready to incorporate more video content, video strategy, ready to lay the foundations for the systems and the processes that you need to support that, and are looking for more guidance around all of those things.
So give us some timeframes just so we know where we can connect, when we can connect with you. Start to Star launches when?
I will be running it again. I run it every quarter. So depending on when you hear this, it's just a few weeks away or.
Okay. So we'll make sure that we have a link to your website and to Start to Star so people can check out that next date. And then I love hearing about Video Made Easy mentorship. Like I know that is for me at some point. I just have to, I'm doing a big motion of like clearing off my desk, moving some things out of the way. Like that to me sounds so enticing. And is that a join anytime, opens once a year?
It is currently right now by application, only because the other thing is it's a very intimate group. There's about a dozen members in there currently. And because it's guided by me and I'm the mentor of the group, but it's also very mastermind. We do a lot of things as a group. So I want to make sure that the right combination of people are collecting and that it's going to be a good fit for you and a good fit for the community.
Awesome.
I
love that. Yeah. And that's so great too, because you know everyone's business so intimately when you're working like that as well, so that you're able to give this guidance, bring your knowledge of video, and then have it be specific for each business. That's really invaluable.
Yeah. So just as an example, some of the things that we have an intensive every quarter where we dig deep and we do kind of like a mastermind where everybody gets different ideas for video content for their business. Because sometimes you think you know, but you don't know because you're so close to it. It's so fresh. And it's all you think about that you're maybe not seeing it for what it is. And we go around and we share different ideas or different things perspectives from like where we're coming from or what's going on. So that's super powerful. This month, we're focusing on launching with video incorporated into that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And like how to, what does that look like? What does a launch look like with video? Like what are you using for pre-launch? What's that look like? Where does video come in through your launch? And also, the other layers of that, because I've launched, I don't know. They were like, you should talk about launching. You're a launching professional. And I'm like, I would never like tag myself that. But they're like, but you've launched like how many times? I'm like, I actually have launched a lot of times. And I do have something to add to that. Same thing with, we did videos challenges a couple months back as well. So.
Oh, I like that idea. So you do a video challenge for them or they incorporate a video challenge in their business?
There were 2 members who wanted to run challenges. So we just kind of did like a challenge intensive where, we talked about how do you set up a challenge? What are the things you should be thinking about during a challenge? And we did like a whole challenge workshop.
Awesome.
With like everything is video centric, but it's also very online business, marketing, strategy centric as well. It's kind
Super
of more
cool.
into that. And I love it. I love it.
I love hearing the inside of it because it just gives, again, we talk here a lot about courses and memberships and those type of things. And this is another layer to that in terms of this longer term commitment and working together and what you get out of it. So I love that.
Yes. I've had multiple members tell me this is the best business investment they've ever made. And that makes me beyond thrilled.
That is right.
Beyond thrilled. Because I'm just doing what I love.
Right. Totally. There should be a video about that.
There is. I should share it.
Seriously.
You could see them. They're actually, I do have videos up on my, the Video Made Easy page on my website. You can check it out there.
All right. We're definitely going to link to that. We'll also link to Holly's Instagram, also the 2 websites, the pages for Start to Star and Video Made Easy, just so everybody can check it out. And Holly, thank you so much for coming again. I'm excited to dive in and do some social summer party videos.
Yes.
And I'm going to share what I do. And we'll put up like an Instagram post so everybody who's doing videos can comment. And maybe you guys will even start to send each other videos.
I love it. I love
the DMs.
And down the pipe, I definitely will be doing an official social summer party. Maybe in August is usually when I do them. I have it marked on my calendar for August.
Oh, awesome. So let us know too, and we can all join in.
Absolutely. It's super fun. It's super fun.
And it's good to do with other people as well, just to kind of see what people are doing and talk about it too. So, well, Holly, thank you so much for being here again and for sharing your wisdom and always inspiration, motivation. I need it.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. You're a doll.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me today. You can access more info in the show notes at thelonggamepodcast.net. If today's show connected with you in some way, please share it with your friends or hop on iTunes and leave me a review. Until next time, keep playing the long game.